Hi everyone, my name is Dhrusha and I am the Robotics Division Head of the BFX Skillathon' 2022. I welcome you all to this exciting course on robotics. This course will give you a brilliant insight into the world of robotics. It will guide you to have your first baby steps into the world of robots. Now here I have a tiny robot, as you can see. Okay, this is the bottom view and this is the top view of the robot. So the first question that you should ask yourself is, what do you want your robot to do? Now I answer it as that it should be able to move. Great. So what can make anything move? If you see things around us, we travel in trains, buses, cars, auto rickshaws. All of them have motors which rotate the wheels. So here too, in our robot, it is these yellow things that you see, which are the motors, which are attached to these red wheels, if you can see, and they will rotate the wheels. Now I would ask you, where will the robot move? Forward, backward, left or right? For example, if it were to always move forward, then it would crash into something, someone or something. So who tells the motors for how long to run, right? So that is told by the motor driver. So motors are the hands and legs of the robots and motor driver is the nerve. Okay, so that nerve tells that motor should run for this much time. But who tells the motor driver? Well, here if in this robot, this is the motor driver, this red color thing. Okay, now who tells the motor driver, right, for how much time should the motors run? That is done by the brain of the robot, which is the microprocessor. Now in this robot I have not attached it yet, but these things are the microprocessors or microcontrollers. This specific board is Arduino Uno. It's known as the Arduino Uno, and there are many more boards like this. This is known as the ESP32 board. This is also an ESP32. It has Wi-Fi module. I mean, you can wirelessly tell your robot where to move, how to move. Okay, and if you see, this also has a mini camera, so your robot will be able to see things around it. That's great, right? So if I know the brain of the robot is the microprocessor or the microcontroller, which has to be programmed to make the robot go forward, backward, left or right, or wherever the robot wants to go. But who will give this energy to the motor driver, the microprocessor and all? That is the cell or the battery, right? We use these batteries, cells every day in our life, in clocks, in remote controls. So here that battery, if you can see, is this blue colored thing in our robot. Okay, so this has 3 cells in it and this is the battery. So this is the blood of the robot. Great. Now the microprocessor does not have eyes, right, to see whether there is something or someone in front or back of the robot. So that is done by using sensors which can find out the distance of obstacles. Now this is one of those sensors. This is known as a ultrasonic sensor and we will see this in the course. This is another sensor. This is known as the infrared sensor. We will see how these things work, and these things will be able to calculate the distances of obstacles if they are in front or back of the robot. Now, is it possible that my robot has mini cameras instead of these sensors? Sensors are actually, you can say, eyes of the robot. But well, I already showed you that yes, you can also use these mini cameras, but we will not be able to see how these things work because that will be out of the scope of this course. But so basically what we plan to cover in this course, our aim is to understand each of these components individually and understand how to program them to make our robot do specific things, right? So we will learn about the different microprocessors, microcontrollers. We'll also see how to classify robots and how to not classify robots. Are the fridges and washing machines in our homes robots? We'll see. Then we'll see breadboards. We'll see complete understanding of these Arduino boards. Then we'll see signals, digital, analog. We'll understand all of these terms. Then we'll see PWM, also known as pulse width modulation. These things are very necessary to run your robots. Then we'll understand about the binary number system. Then we'll see the basic sensors like the temperature sensor. Then this is the IR sensor, infrared sensor. This is the ultrasonic sensor. and we'll also see what are known as light dependent resistors. So these are all different components that are used. So we'll also see how to code things in this board, okay, using your computer, and we'll see the connections of all the sensors and how you can do all this stuff. Then of course, if you paid attention to this robot, this blue thing on which everything has been connected is known as the chassis of the robot. This is the skeleton of the robot. If this is not strong, the robot won't be able to have all its components in place, right? So that is the chassis. Then you saw these wheels, then this is the battery, and this is the motor driver, as you saw. And also you need switches, right? Because if you see here, this is a switch. I have a switch here. So we'll learn about all these different things. Now you might have this one big question in your mind, that Dhruv, we don't have these things with ourselves to learn. But there I say, you don't need to worry, and you don't need to buy all these things to learn about them. All this is done using simulators on the internet, which can do all these things virtually, and then we can easily learn and make these things for ourselves. So you don't need to worry. We will also be uploading another video in which we will show you where we will be doing all this stuff on the internet. And so with that, I hope you are excited to dive deep into the world of robotics, and we wish you all the very best. Classes will be on Friday and Sunday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and yeah, we'll have fun, and we'll also do some amazing projects with everything that you'll learn throughout this Skillathon. With that, I wish you all the best. See you in the classes. Thank you.